And then as we exhale, we let go. Once again, returning to the heart. And one more time, deep breath in. And exhale, hands to the sides, and then returning to the heart. We can bring the hands down to the knee, and we'll do a little bit of spine work. So as we breathe in, we send the chest forward and open. And as we exhale, we push back on the hands and curl the back, tuck the chin in. And inhale, we come forward again, opening up the chest and the heart. And exhale, pushing back again, rounding the back in the opposite direction. And one last time, let's do this. Inhale, forwards and up. And exhale, push back, tucking the chin. Inhale, slowly come back to the center, bring the hands to the heart once again. Take a breath in, stretching up. As we exhale, let's twist to the right. We can place the left hand on the right knee. And when we exhale fully looking over the right shoulder. We can inhale, stretch to the top again. And exhale once again, twisting to the left, this time right hand on the left knee, looking over the left shoulder. And inhale, stretching up again. And as we exhale, hands to the sides, and then back to the heart. So just take a moment to feel how it is in the body. Take another breath in, stretching up. This time as we exhale, let's come all the way forward. And once again, inhale, coming up. Stretch, open, and exhale. Bring the hands to the heart. So we're alternating an expansion and contraction of the chest and the heart and the back. So we can use that time and that experience to, as we breathe in, we collect, we open, and as we breathe out, we let go or give out. So we can do this in a very open way. If there's anything in our hearts and our minds that we wish to expel, we on the exhale, as we bring the hands down, we can let go of that. And then when you're ready, just bringing the body into a nice, comfortable, seated position. We can start to think of, from this sensation of I or myself, this I that resides in your experience, this I that's a collection of so many thoughts and feelings and ideas, and our body, and our minds, and our hearts, and our wishes and desires, all these things that come together to make this I. You can just sit with that for a moment. And then thinking to yourself with the same sort of loving kindness and compassion that you would towards a very dear loved one. Think for yourself, may I have happiness and the causes of happiness. May I have safety. May I have good health. May I be free from anxiety. May I be free from stress. May I have stability. May I be accepted. May I have equality. May I have safety. And whatever all the causes and conditions that would be for that, may I have all the conditions of happiness, may I have the conditions of safety, of acceptance, may I have the conditions of being cared for, stable, loved. All these causes and conditions. So wish them on yourself. I'm thinking on the opposite side, wishing for yourself most compassionately and kindly. May I be free from suffering. May I be free from stress. May I be free from anxiety, from not being accepted. May I be free from instability and bad health. And thinking again, may I be free from the conditions which bring these around. May we be free from the conditions which bring trouble and strife. May I be free from the conditions which bring about conflict, unhappiness, or anxiety. So just sit for a moment, generating this feeling of absolute kindness and compassion towards yourself. And then shifting your awareness from this idea of me, and think of somebody who's very close to you, who you love very dearly. And with that same feeling of loving kindness in your heart, which probably naturally arises when you think of this person, think, may they have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they have all the causes for safety and security. May they be loved, may they be accepted. So just let that feeling become larger in the heart, this feeling of love and compassion for this person. And think quite specifically of a person. May they be free from suffering. May they be free from all those things which cause them any type of upset or stress or depression. May they be free from not being accepted, not being loved, not being cared for. So let that feeling in your heart grow very strong for that person. And then while keeping that sensation of loving kindness in the heart, now think of somebody who is a good friend, but maybe not as close as a loved one, and wish for them too. May they be free from suffering, may they be free from the causes of suffering, and may they have happiness and have the causes of happiness. So with that same loving kindness attitude, think of this person, this friend. May they have everything they need. May they have all security. May they be free from any type of struggle and strife, feeling lesser or misunderstood. And genuinely wishing for this person all the good things. And then expanding this sensation and this feeling of loving kindness of the heart further to somebody who's neutral towards you. Maybe it's somebody you know in your building where you live, or somebody in an office, or somebody you see every day but you don't really know. And with this same strong feeling of loving kindness that you have towards your loved ones, just wish for them. Maybe you don't know them, maybe you do know something specific, but if you're not, just thinking may they have happiness and the causes of happiness. So whatever those causes and whatever those conditions might be, may they have that. May they have stability, may their family be safe, may they have security of income or of place to stay. May they be accepted, may they be respected. And on the flip side, may they be free from suffering and free from the causes of suffering. So let this feeling of loving kindness then extend to them. So let that loving kindness become very strong and increasing in the heart of yours. And then let's shift our attention to somebody who we find a little difficult, somebody who we maybe have a little bit of a troubled relationship with. Not a bad relationship, but maybe not a good one. And think for them too, just like for myself, and just like for those who I love. May they also have happiness and the causes of happiness. So just as genuinely spread that same feeling of affection towards them, knowing that they too wish to be free from suffering and the causes of suffering, whatever they might be. And with this loving attitude, we wish them happiness and the causes of happiness. So again, just sit with that feeling, this feeling in yourself of loving kindness, and the feeling of joining with somebody else, even though they may be not your favorite person, feeling that same loving kindness for them. And then let's think of somebody who we really dislike, somebody we really have a problem with. It can be somebody we know personally. It can be somebody in a greater context that riles us up. And then reflecting on this feeling of loving kindness that we naturally have for those who we love, and we often have for ourselves. Thinking this person too is just a person who has all their ups and downs and all their own baggage. And let's honestly and genuinely wish for them, even though we have trouble, may they have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be understood. May they be respected. May they have the causes for stability and good health. May they have the causes to be loved and cared for. And may they be free from suffering, whether it's suffering they cause for themselves or suffering they cause due to conflict with others. May they be free from all the conditions of suffering. May they be free from being hated or disliked. May they be free from all types of stress and strain. So keeping this feeling of loving kindness at the heart, you can choose to meditate on that loving kindness and leave it as a focal point to grow stronger and stronger in your experience. Or you can choose to spread it and let it grow and grow and grow, thinking all the people in my vicinity, maybe in the house or the building that I'm living in, may they have happiness and the causes of happiness. And greater, all the people in my street or my neighborhood, whoever they are, irrespective of whether we know them or we don't know them, irrespective of past history or unshared futures, may they genuinely have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they genuinely be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. And then expand that further and further. May all the people in my city, as we know very well, there's so much suffering and hardship for so many people, so much insecurity. So let's wish them all happiness and the causes of happiness. May they have security. May they have happiness. May they be cared for. May they be loved. May they be understood and respected. And may they be free from any type of struggle and strain, any strife or disagreements, any conflict or pressure. May they be free from all of that and all the conditions which manifest those. And then let's spread this loving kindness now all around the globe. That same feeling. So if it starts to feel a little bit untangible, Just come back to that feeling in your heart that you have for that person that you love so dearly. And when that feeling arises, then try and just project that feeling on all beings. Whether you know them or you don't, whether you like them or you don't, whether you have connection or you don't, whether you respect them or you don't, whether they're human or animal, big or small, near or far, man or woman. May they all have happiness and the causes of happiness. And they all be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. So just sit for a moment as we embrace this connection with all beings, which starts with the self. As we know very well, when we change ourselves, we change the world. So let's dwell in that loving kindness for a moment. So this practice of loving kindness is now complete. But you can keep it as a type of mantra in your mind, going along, may I have happiness and the causes of happiness, may I be free from suffering and its causes. And whenever you meet someone or see them on TV, have any interactions or a thought of them, maybe the first thing you do is just wish them happiness and the causes of happiness, and to be free from suffering and the causes of suffering, as the first thought you have of them. And then afterwards, maybe just take a moment to be aware now of how you feel about that situation. Has that changed maybe the thought patterns or the stories we have about these people? Maybe it changes the reaction we have to our thoughts about them, or when we hear them, what they have to say. So just a little exercise for you all. Thank you so much.